Before he became humanity's greatest defender, he was simply John, a child born on March 7, 2511, in the city of Elysium, on the human colony world of Eridanus-II. From a young age, John stood out, not just for his physical prowess, but for an inner strength, a quiet certainty, and a competitive edge that few others possess. In 2517, John's life changed forever. He was abducted by Dr. Halsey, the brilliant and controversial scientist behind Project SPARTAN-II, a top-secret program designed to create a new breed of super soldiers to suppress growing insurrections across human colonies. John was one of 75 children selected from across space, chosen for specific genetic markers, psychological profiles, and the potential for leadership. To keep the program secret, each child was quietly replaced with a flash clone, genetically identical copies doomed to die within months of organ failure. The real John awoke in a military facility on the planet Reach, surrounded by strangers, both fellow abductees and cold-eyed trainers. There, childhood ended. John 117 and the other candidates were put through a relentless training regimen designed to break ordinary humans. They were pushed beyond their limits, physically, mentally, emotionally. They learned tactics, weapons, mathematics, languages, and how to kill. Failure was punished, success was expected, and still, John stood out. At age 14, the remaining candidates underwent biological augmentation, a dangerous procedure that enhanced their strength, reflexes, sight, and endurance to superhuman levels. Over 30% of the children died. Another third were crippled, but John survived, changed forever. Now stronger, faster, and deadlier than any normal human, he had become a true Spartan. Codenamed John 117, he quickly proved himself in combat during the earliest Spartan deployments against insurgent forces. But when an alien alliance known as the Covenant began its genocidal campaign against humanity, the Spartans were thrust into the forefront of a war no one saw coming. John's leadership, courage, and success on the battlefield earned him the moniker Master Chief, rising to the rank of Petty Officer First Class. He became the face of hope in a losing war. Then came Cortana, an advanced AI based on Dr. Halsey's own brain patterns, who chose John as her carrier. Together, they uncovered ancient secrets, fought the Covenant, and discovered the ring world known as Halo. John's story became legend, but underneath the armor and beneath the cold visor is still the boy from Eridanus-II. John, the one who never chose to be a soldier, who never had a childhood, and who now bears the burden of saving all of humanity. As the battles rage on, and the fate of humanity hangs in the balance, the legacy of John 117 continues to grow, a guardian forged from loss, forever driven by the memories of the boy he once was. Yet, amidst the chaos, dreams of peace linger in his heart. John 117 stands as a symbol of hope, carrying the weight of his past while striving to protect the future of humanity. With each battle, he remembers the child he once was, realizing that even in the darkest moments, hope and courage can shine like the brightest star. As he stands ready to face the next great challenge, John knows deep within that he carries not only the weight of a soldier, but also the dreams and hopes of all those who believe in him. In every conflict, he honors those who fell by giving everything to protect the living. They may have lost their childhoods, but they became legends forged in fire. With each passing day, John 117 embraces his destiny, knowing that every fight is a step closer to a future where children can play freely, just as he once did on Eridanus-II. In the face of overwhelming odds, John 117 finds strength not only in battle, but in the hope for a brighter tomorrow, where laughter and joy will fill the air once more. As the conflict rages on, John realizes that the greatest weapon he possesses is not just his strength, but the unity and resilience of those who fight alongside him. In every victory and every sacrifice, John 117 finds purpose. The fight is not just for survival, but for the hope of rebuilding and reclaiming a home for future generations. Though the battles are fierce and loss is heavy, John 117 carries the memory of his fallen comrades in his heart, reminding him of the legacy they left behind: courage, hope, and the unbreakable bond of friendship. In the heat of battle, he confronts not just enemies, but the very ideals that threaten humanity's existence. With every victory, John 117 reaffirms that the fight is never just about war, it's about the future. As the sun sets on another day of battle, John 117 knows that the road ahead is filled with challenges, but with the strength of his squad and the spirit of those they fight for, they will forge a path to peace. In the quiet reflection by the lake, he envisions the world he fights for, a place where children can dream freely, unburdened by war and sacrifice.